Welcome, I'm Helmut Licht. Thank you for joining me in this third video on astrological mini readings. In the first video, I showed you how to set everything up, the board with the houses, how to shuffle the card, how to place them on the board. In the second video, I showed you how once you place a card on the board, how relationships are formed between other houses. In this video now, I would like to really get down to interpreting the spread. And since I was the one who shuffled the cards in the first video and the second video, I will interpret it as my reading. Now, I told you as I was shuffling the cards that you can either concentrate on a specific subject or you can just let your mind be blank, if possible. If you concentrate on a specific subject, such as finances, health, career, relationships, then this concentration should show up in the spread. If you just let your mind wander, then usually a general reading about you is the result. One thing I'd like to mention, you do not have to have a board with the houses drawn. After a while, you will get so used to putting these cards down in the order I show you that whether you're doing it on a table or on the floor, it doesn't make any difference. You will see exactly where the first house is, 4th, 7th, 10th, and so on. Because you can always carry a deck of cards with you, but you can't always carry a big board with the houses drawn. All right, here we go. The first card drawn and therefore placed on the first house is the 9 of clubs, representing the sign Sagittarius. This immediately established a connection between the first house and the 9th house. And this little card, placed such, reveals so much about me. Let me explain. Here are the basic meanings of the 9th house. There's more to that, but right now this will suffice. The 9th house rules foreign countries, long distance travel, higher education, religion, courts and the law, dissemination of ideas on a large scale, such as advertising, publishing, team sports. Let me go through this one by one. Foreign countries. Since the first house represents me, I was born in Germany, and at the age of 20, I came to the United States. So either seen from my perspective now, I was born in a foreign country, or seen from Germany, I moved into a foreign country. I was born in 1938 when the Second World War started. At the age of 7, 1945, the war was over, and we had American occupation troops in Germany, and I literally grew up with Americans all around me. My grandmother was French. She refused to speak German to me as I grew up. She made me speak French. And so there is my first bout with foreign languages. When my mother told my brother and I that we were going to move to the United States, I immediately enrolled in an interpreter college and studied English and French in order to become an interpreter. That's my second bout with the foreign language. Long distance travel, yes, I've done my share of long distance travel. Higher education, I have taught German at 2 universities and 1 community college here in Baltimore. Religion, I had a momentary experience where I felt the oneness of everything, and I wrote a book about it entitled My God, Here, There, Everywhere. Courts and the law, not really. Dissemination of ideas on a large scale, advertising, publishing, yes. After graduating from the Maryland Institute College of Art, I worked for Westinghouse Corporation for 5 years in the advertising department. And team sports, yes, when I grew up, I belonged to our local handball team and we did much traveling, playing other cities and their hometown teams. I was also on the local track and field team and the local swimming team. The next card is Aries in the second house. Aries is the natural ruler of the first house, so it brings us right back to the first house. And now we have a connection between the first house, the ninth house, and the second house. Let me show you how the combination of these three houses has been working out in my life for decades. I play music for weddings. That's the ninth house, the church. For many, many years, spanning decades, I played nightclubs and restaurants in Baltimore. And most of these restaurants and nightclubs were owned by Greeks. I taught German at 2 universities. I have been teaching ballroom dancing, which has to do with the physical body, making you look good, since 1958. And the dances I've been teaching are the rumba, the cha-cha, the mambo from Cuba, the merengue from the Dominican Republic and Venezuela, the samba from Brazil, tango from Argentina, swing from the United States, the polka from Germany and Poland, the Viennese waltz from Austria and also Germany, the quick-step, the foxtrot, the waltz from England. And I also play all these rhythms with my orchestra, and I write all the music. All this information that I've just given you has been derived from just 2 cards. Now, a mini reading usually lasts about 2 or 3 minutes, so you cannot really go into depth, as you can see, because we still have 10 houses to cover. But just to show you that the analysis would not stop at this point. You can get even more detailed. We have to now look at Sagittarius, and we would have to look into the ninth house of the final spread. And since we're talking about Aries in the second house, we have to also look at Taurus in the spread. Not only that, but we have to look at where Jupiter is, which rules Sagittarius, and where Mars is, which rules Aries. And also Venus, which rules Taurus, natural ruler of the second house. To show you what I mean, let's quickly bring up the final spread of this reading. I will now show you another aspect to mini readings or detailed readings, which I call sequential reading. One thing leads to another, but it all makes sense as we go from one to the other. So here we go. I said Sag in the first house. We have to take a look at the ninth house. In there we have Pisces. Pisces rules institutions, places of confinement, hospitals, and so on. That brings us back over here to the 12th house, because Pisces rules the 12th house in the natural chart. In there is Leo. Leo is entertainment, show business. That's what I do. I play for residents and patients. They gather, and then I play music for them. Leo brings us down to the 5th house, which is again entertainment, but in there is 6, which is Virgo, and that's Virgo rules the work that you do. And that brings us to the 6th house. Virgo rules the 6th, and in there we have Venus and Mars. Venus rules Taurus. In the natural chart, Taurus rules the 2nd house. So there we are back in the 2nd house where we started. Mars rules Aries. Aries is already in the 2nd house, and that cycle is also closed. A quick look at Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 12th house, and we have already been there through the sign Leo. I told you in my previous video that you can now add cards to your deck. For instance, you could add the Ace of Spades to signify ending or something should be ended. You could add the Ace of Hearts to signify beginnings or something that you should begin. And you could add the Nine of Hearts for the wish card. We're now getting into ordinary card reading here, but that's okay. Why not blend both together? You could add the King of Hearts to signify a male figure in whom you are interested romantically. You could add the Queen of Hearts to signify a female figure in whom you are interested romantically. You could add the Five of Hearts, which I call the confirmation card. And let me explain that. If you're giving a reading to someone and that person has a specific interest, just as finances, then when the cards are all put down, the Five of Hearts should be in an area of the spread which has to do with money. If it is not, it might signify that the shuffler did not concentrate on finances, in which case I would suggest that you ask the person to shuffle again and keep his or her mind on the subject that she or he is interested in. To show you how this works, here is my cardboard. I will now think about money while I shuffle the cards. So I'm putting $100 bill down here, and a $50 bill, and a $10 bill. And I will look at these cards while I shuffle to make sure I think about money. I'm adding the Five of Hearts right here to the deck, and I'm going to shuffle and think about the $100, the $50, the $10, all this money on my left side. Money, money, money. I'm going to shuffle, cut the way I told you 3 times, put them back the other way. And I'm still thinking money, $50 bill, $10 bill, and a $100 bill. And I'm going to shuffle, cut again, put them back this way. And I'm still thinking and looking at the money, the $50 bill in the middle, and the $100 bill on the top, and the $10 bill at the bottom. Money, money, money. That should do it. I'll cut it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Put them back the other way. And now I'll take the money away because the cards are all cut and shuffled. And now we are looking for the Five of Hearts, okay? I will put the cards down now. A Capricorn in the first house, Gemini in the second, Virgo in the third, the Moon in the third. You're looking for the Five of Hearts. Libra, Mars. Oh, here it is. Okay, we have the Five of Hearts in the fourth house. Well, we have to keep going. There we go. There we go. The next card, next to the money card, is Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn, which is in the first house. And the first house signifies the person who you're reading for, or the subject you're reading for. Our subject was money. Therefore, this is the first house. This is money. Capricorn is on there. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is right after the confirmation card. We have confirmed that the reading is on the money and that it will be about money. Here is the spread taken from the top, so there's no distortion. Again, the first house has Capricorn on it, and the first house is the subject of the reading. In our case, it was money. We were looking for the Five of Hearts, which showed up right here in the fourth house. When we put down the next card right on top of the Five of Hearts, it was Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn. Therefore, Saturn leads us right back into the first house. And this is a confirmation that the reading is about money. We are on the money, so to speak. and that everything is okay. This concludes my third video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I hope you've learned something. I hope you will try what you've learned and give me some feedback. And have a good day and happy mini reading. I have many other astrological videos, and they are all listed in my astrological site, www.astrologyfrontiers.com. Thank you.